Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. So this is the fourth part of my video, and let's start. So till this time we created this domain controller, we created the domain machine, we installed the Active Directory, and today we are going to create a test user in the domain controller. We'll create a client machine, we'll add that machine in our domain, and we'll log in this test user in our uh, client machine, and the client machine must be added in the domain. So this part we are going to cover it of today. So let's start it. As usual, you need to go to the Google console, and you need to be select that compute engine, and what I already said that we have created Windows. So let's start it. It's already been if it has been stopped, let's start. Then we can enter into this Windows 2016 server using our remote desktop manager. So here the instance I have been created. Let's select this, connect to the server, and give the administrator ID and password. As the system has already been added in domain, so first you need to be give the domain name before login. So we have given win 2016 slash administrator and give the password. Just a quick recap what we have completed in the last session. Okay, it's been opened. Let's do the full screen. Okay, so here first is computer name. What we have given computer, here we have given the computer name as Windows, and the full computer name is windows.win2016.edu. This is our domain name. So clear till this part. Let's see few things what I told you yes last time. So if you want to check the details, you need to site users and computers, you need to be write dsa.msc. Here under the domain controller, if you select this, you can see the domain name is Windows. Domain machine name is Windows, where we have configured 2016 server, and here the site is by default it has been written here default fast site name, which we are going to change. This is also one more task, and including that, if you select that users and computers, you can see these are the users and computers already been created. And remember, this is the administrator, the default administrator which has been created. If you'll go to properties, if you'll see the member of option selected, see these are the accesses of that administrator, and this is the very powerful guy because he have the administrator access. Domain, he's the domain admin, he's the enterprise admin. The user or the account which has been which has access on the enterprise admin, then he's the most powerful guy of this total Active Directory, and he can change, he can do any kind of changes in the domain controller. So hope till this part you have been cleared. Next is what I told you, that we need to change the site name. By default, if as of now we have not given any site name, so that's why it's been written here default fast site name. So how to change the site name? You need to write in the run window dsite.msc dsite.msc. Here if you need to go to the sites, here see the default site name is servers is Windows, and the default fast site name is been empty. As if you are not giving any name, if you have not given any name, then the name will be default site fast site.msc. If you want to change the name, just rename it and give this BNG, stands for Bangalore. Alright, so now see the changes. Here is first site name is there. Let's refresh it, so it comes to Bangalore. Alright, and another is the gpmc.msc to see the AD infrastructure. gpmc, these are the very important commands to see the things very quickly. Alright, so this is our domain infrastructure till this we have been created, and I'll let you the next things one by one. Let's minimize this. So today we are going to create a client machine, and we are going to create a test user, and we will log into that user into the client machine. So this is the target, and we are going to complete this uh, for today's session. Let's start it. Alright, so enter into this server, click Windows R, dsa.msc. Why dsa.msc? This is for the users and computers creations. Click on domain controllers, click on users, select this. Here you just right click on this, create new, create computer, give it as test. Okay, computer name is test. New, not is a computer, new user, you need to be select test. Login name is test. Click on next, just unselect it. Click on next, finish. So one test user has been created successfully. Right, now we need to, using this test user or using this credential, we need to log into the client machine. For that, what we need, as we already been created the Windows 2016 server, we need to create one client machine. Let's create the client machine. Where you have to go? Let's come to the Google instance, and here again select create instance. Few things we need to be checked before creating a client machine. What is that? Okay, so here in Google, whatever the features are available, as per the features or for the current features, there is no option here available to create the client machine. So we'll create a server machine and we'll convert the server machine to the client machine, and we can log in that test user into that client machine. I'll guide you the steps one by one. Let's see. Let's give the name is client, right? And here make sure whenever you are selecting, that zone should be same of the Windows Server 2016 what we have been created, because that will help you to connect the system, because this is the environment that's little different. I'll give you the idea about it, how it works. So I just want to see what is the region we have been given for our 2016 server. We are waiting to see the region and zone, then we'll proceed to create the client machine. Here the region is East Asia East 1B. Alright, Asia East 1B. So let's select this. Asia East 1B. Right, same way you need to customize your settings. Here the CPU is just keep to 2, and the RAM size. So Google instance is amazing platform where we can learn. See, I'm giving that course is 2 and memory 6 GB, which is a really difficult task to do such kind of experiments, such kind of practice in a real-time scenario using a physical machine, which is a very difficult task. You need to be gathered a lot of machines, you need to be implement, which is not so easy. So I can recommend you to use the Google instance, Google Cloud Platform to to work on this kind of practices. So let's select this 2060 data center. I'll let you know how to convert this server machine to a client machine, and we can utilize this. Let's create it. It will take little time to create. Let's wait. Yeah, it's created now. The client machine has been ready to use. See, 1.140.0.5 is the IP, local IP of the client machine. In the same time, the server IP, server machine IP is 10.140.0.4. So both the systems are in the same network, so it's easy for the communicate to each other. Okay, what is the global IP is here? The external IP, this is 35.201.143.220. Let's copy the IP address. Where we need to go now? We need to go to the remote desktop manager to enter into the client machine, right? Click on this, add a server. Here you need to this, so write this into right client machine, sorry, the client machine, click on add. Alright, let it add, it's been added. Now let's trying to connect this. So what I said already, in this environment you need to reset the password, then only you can able to enter into the client machine. Select this, set Windows password. Here I am just giving the name as user, set password will be created. Till that time just keep the user ID and password, user, and the password is just this, copy and paste it here, click on OK. Yes, so we enter into the client machine using the credentials. Now our next task is we need to reset the administrator ID and password and the client user ID and password which has been created, the local user ID and password, and we need to do few certain changes in the machine. Alright, click on this full screen. Okay, what you need to do, let's close this. This is not required in the client machine, or you can minimize this. Right, okay, so till the time you just start to reset the password. compmg empty.msc. Alright, so here we are, local users and computers. Need to go here. Here you can see the administrator. First of all, we need to reset the password of the user. Local users and computers, administrator. Alright, let's change the password, set password, proceed. Okay, password has been set. Right click, properties, uncheck this, click on OK. Same way we need to reset the password for user. The password which has been created in using that Google Cloud instance, that was a little complicated, so we need to give the password as per our own choice. Alright, oh, you have to give a strong password. It's not taking. Let's try strong password again. Sorry. It's ready to use. Good. So password reset has been done. Let's do one thing. Let's log off, connect to the client, and we can log in using the administrator ID and password. which we have been reset currently. Local administrator. Quickly, it's very simple. Good to go. So we successfully logged in into the client machine using that administrator ID and password. Now the next task is we need to add the client machine in domain. How to add? Let's see. This is very simple. You need to go to the full screen. Let's minimize this. Okay, Windows E, this PC, properties. So here the name is, computer name is client, change settings, computer name, change, select domain. What is the domain name here? Win 2016.edu. Click on OK. Okay, so here we are getting an error. An Active Directory domain controller could not be contacted. Ensure the domain name is typed correctly. If it's the correct name, if his name is correct, it details for the top troubleshooting information. Okay, so here the very important thing and the vital thing is here is the domain name, DNS. So DNS name, whatever the DNS name has been configured in our 2016 server, the same IP needs to be in the client machine. So how to check this? Let's minimize. Let's go to the 2016 server, right? Windows R, ncpl pa.cpl. Click on this. Okay, it's enter into my local system. Let's do the full screen. Windows R, ncpa.cpl. Right click, properties, TCP IP version 4. So what is the DNS here is given 10.140.0.4, right? We need to give the same DNS. We need to give the same DNS in our client machine as well. Let's minimize this and go to the client machine. Right? Let's do that full screen. Windows R, ncpa.cpl. Right click, properties, uncheck this, IPv6, select IPv4, select this 10.140.0.4. So this is correct, right? Let's check it. What is the IP of the Windows server? 10.140.0.4. right? Click on OK. Right? Click on OK. Now try to again add the system in the domain. Right click, properties, change settings, computer name, change domain, so sorry, win 2016.edu. click on OK. It's good. So now it's asking for the ID and password. So already the domain is win 2016 edu is written here, so no need to write again the domain name here, win 2016/administrator. You have to just keep the administrator ID and password so that the client system will join in the domain. Sorry, it's my mistake. Administrator 5. Okay, it will ask the system to restart. System has been added in the domain and we need to restart it. Restart now, and let's wait to restart the machine. So it's started successfully. Let's connect the server. So what we have done, we created the client machine, we added the client machine in domain 2016 domain, and now we are going to log into the created user. Let's cancel this. Let's see what is the user created. in the Windows 2016 server. What I said, if you want to see the users and computers, dsa.msc, click Windows 2016, select users. If you go to the users, what is the username we have created recently? This is the test. You want to log in this test user in the client machine. This is our target. Okay, let's minimize this and open the client machine. See, we'll get an error quickly because there are certain things need to be changed. You wanna try this? Win 2016 server slash test, because the test machine is added, is the domain user 1234. So let's keep the password. Okay, it will not work. This is disconnected. Okay, as we all the things are working in the Google environment or the Google platform, so as we are trying to convert this client server machine to the client machine, so there is few basic things need to be changes in the client system, which actually is not required for the real-time scenario, because the real-time scenario we are using that client operating system only to connect with the server. But as here we are here using that server operating system to convert it to the client machine, we need to change few certain settings into the client machine. I'll show you how it works. Let's see what is the local user ID of the client machine. Okay, it's been opened. Click full screen. Here we need to go. I need to do few things. What is that? Right click on the my PC, click on properties. Okay, here you need to be select remote settings. You need to add that users in your remote settings, then you can able to log in. Click on add, advanced. Here it will ask for the user ID and password. Same, you need to be as the domain, as you can see the domain name is written here. You no need to give again that win16 to /administrator. You can directly give administrator. And I have to give the password. Okay, now you can add alright. So this page will come. Select on find now. What is the user's name is here? It's test. Click on OK. Test at the rate of win2016.edu is the test user which we have been created in our domain machine. Click on select OK. Okay, alright. Now let's try to let's do this. Disconnect it. Okay, click on client system, connect server. Now see in 2016, let's connect this. So what should be our target? We in our server operating system we created one user, his name is test. We have reset the password, right? And now we want to log in this test user into our client machine. So we have been created our client machine. Let's minimize this. We have created our client machine. This is our client machine. Now connect to the server, and this client machine has already been added in the domain, and we have been created the test user. Will try to log into this test user using our client machine. So here we have to give the domain name. What is the domain name? Win2016 / username is test. Click on OK. See, so the client machine we have successfully created, and we created the test user in our domain controller, and we can able to logged into the test user successfully into our client machine. It means the three things we learned. What the first, we install the Active Directory, we create the user in Active Directory, we created a client machine, we added that client machine into our domain, and that using that user created in the domain controller, we have logged in that domain control user into our client machine. So that's all about for today. I hope that you all enjoyed and you at least got little clarity how the system's created, how it works, and in my next classes I'll let you know the total, I'll explain you more depth concept of this Active Directory roles and features and about the Windows Server 2016. Thank you so much, guys.